All right, so the first one that's really attractive is being able to laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously. Nothing is more unattractive than somebody who can't take a joke, somebody who can't laugh at themselves, and somebody who takes themselves too seriously. Like, and this is one of my, to me, this is one of my strengths as a person, right? I have a lot of flaws as a person, but one of the things that I pride myself in is that I don't take myself too seriously. If somebody tells me you don't know what the hell you're talking about, a part of me will agree with you. A part of me will say, you know what? I sometimes think I don't know what the fuck that I'm talking about. I sometimes doubt myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I don't know if I'm legit or not. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You have an imposter syndrome, but being able to laugh at yourself is so important. Being able to laugh at your flaws, even physical flaws, you have to be able. And it comes down to having a good sense of humor, and more particularly being able to have a dark sense of humor. Studies show that people who have a dark sense of humor are able to what's that word called, regulate negative emotions a lot better than people who don't have a dark. And studies show that people without a dark sense of humor tend to be more hostile and more aggressive, which is kind of insane if you really think about it, right? Because you would think that people with a dark sense of humor are the evil people, the ones that could hurt you, kill you, the ones that are committing the crimes. No, it's people who don't have a dark sense of humor, who can't laugh at the tragedies of life, that tend to be the most aggressive, that tend to have a harder time regulating their emotions. Another thing about having a dark sense of humor is that, like I said, it increases your coping mechanism. One of the primary function of dark humor, it's its role in coping mechanism. Individuals often use humor to navigate through difficult situations, stress, and trauma by making light of a serious issue. People can create psychological distance from their problems, which helps in reducing anxiety and making the situation even more manageable. This is why it's so important to laugh at our golden cows. We have to be able to laugh about shit. You got to be able to laugh about black people, about white people, about trans, about Israel, about fucking Gaza. You got to be able to have a joke about that, people. You have to, right? Look at me. I joke about Hitler all the time. Hitler, you know, like call him Hitler, man. I'm sorry, people. To all my Jewish followers, my fault, man. You know, like you got to laugh about that, people, man. You know, I sort of because if you have too many things that you don't that you say, yo, you can't laugh about that. Remember, I dated that girl that I remember the girl that had the secret fucking boyfriend with the long hair, right? One of the first red flags about her was when she told me that I don't laugh about feminism, and I'm like, don't you made a mistake telling me not to do that. So I was like, baby, don't worry, man. I'll never laugh about feminism in front of your face. And I was like, by the way, why don't you never give a woman a watch? She was like, the Lexus, don't start. I was like, why don't you give a woman a watch? She was like, is this one of these feminist jokes? I'm like, no, I'm being serious. Why? She was like, why? I was like, cause there's a clock on the stove. Oh my god. And I would just fucking poke at that all the time, man. The reason why that is because most likely when you can't laugh about something, it means you haven't processed it correctly. It means there's still parts of yourself that haven't really accepted that thing that you're not trying to laugh at. Laughter feels almost like a air freshener for your soul. When you're able to laugh about something, you almost loosen the connections in the brain that allows you to process things with more clarity and with more meaning, if that makes any sense. But not being able to laugh about things suppresses it to your unconscious, to the point that you get offended when people laugh about it. True freedom is being able to laugh about the difficult things in life and look at it with a smile and with humor. It's very important, people. You have to be able to laugh about things. You can't be walking around with a goddamn lemon face, man. The next one is Oh, let me just even say this, is that it also builds resilience. Engaging in dark humor can indicate resilience. It suggests an ability to confront and acknowledge the darker aspects of life. Like, for example, when I went to the meditation retreat, my first 10-day silent one, I kept asking the teachers, like, yo, why can't you kill these flies? They're buzzing on my ear. I can't meditate that way. And she's like, Alexis, you have to accept them. I'm like, bullshit. And she was like, I didn't say bullshit. And I was like, look, Maria, that was her name. Maria, look, Maria, okay? How about this? I'll take the karma, okay? I'll make sure when you guys are gone, I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all. And she was like, and the lady that was next to her, she started laughing. And I was like, look, she gets it. And then all of a sudden, I swear to God, a fly literally flew and stood in front of me, between me and the teacher. I was like, look. They're here. They know what I'm talking about. Fuck these. I didn't say fuck these flies. But anyways, man, I was like, I can't believe these flies have more freaking rights than Kunta Kinte did during slavery, man. It's unbelievable. Next one, man. Anger when it's appropriate, right? We're not talking about being a bunch of Terminators out there, right? And just being angry all the time. No. We're talking about when it's appropriate. You got to learn to use anger as a tool to inspire respect, as a tool to show people that you have one side, but that you also have a darker side. It's very important for people to know that there's a difficult side to you, that if they tap into that difficult side, you don't want to deal with me when I'm difficult. For example, it's almost like in negotiations, right? It's always better when you're negotiating to be a little bit difficult, to develop the reputation of being a very difficult person to negotiate with. Because it gives you more room to maneuver. It gives you the ability to loosen up and to be nicer and actually give back what you've taken. It just gives you so much more maneuvering, because when you start off really nice, it's very hard to all of a sudden get mean and actually people respect it. It's like a kitten that gets mad at you. You just laugh at it. But when you first start out difficult and then slowly consent some good nature, people will accept your good nature with more respect and not look at it like an angry puppy who's trying to growl at you. All right, if you guys enjoy these videos about stoicism, dating, relationships, self-help, moving up in life, I would recommend you guys check out some of my courses that I have for sale. These courses are courses for men and women. For example, Nice Girl, Nice Guy is a course about how to become more assertive. Natural Chemistry is a course for women that I have on how to develop strong relationships. Dark Game is a controversial course that I have for guys on how to attract women in their life and keep it. It's not as dark as it seems, but we do talk about some dark psychology in here. Psychological Game of Attraction is a course that we made for women who are single. And as you see, we have a course about how to develop charisma, emotional mastery, which is a course about how to develop a meditation practice and how to improve your emotional life, to become more resilient, to not let rejection hit you so hard, to be able to bounce back from failure. I have a course called Nice Guy, which is a course for guys who are single and guys who want to be able to develop more assertiveness training, right? Most of these courses come at $99. And there you could also purchase the bundle where you guys can purchase all of the courses in one go at a discounted rate, right? We have a bundle for women and a bundle for men. So click in the description down below to check them out. You could browse around and see the courses that you like. And if you don't like them, you guys can ask for a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I'll give you guys the money back, okay? And in fact, we actually have a new one for women right now we're developing. It's called The Feminine Woman. So if you're a woman watching, this course is specifically to help women become more feminine, to embrace their feminine while embracing their masculine energy. And I'm actually going to make a course for that, like that for men, which is called the Masculine Man, which is a course on how to develop masculinity and develop masculine energy, to attract women in your life, to attract business success in your life, to be able to be better socializing, to read people better. It's truly an all-around course. So if you guys want to check out those courses, click on the description down below where it says purchase the courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.